We always used to ignore our parents when they said it's those damn phones. Well, maybe they were right. What we do on our phones is like being in another world outside of our own reality. This addiction is detrimental to every aspect of our life. Today, I will be highlighting the seriousness of social media and phone addiction. The average American spends at least 2 hours a day on social media. That's just the average American. Let's examine the harm that dedicating at least 2 hours of your life every single day can bring to yourself and society. Within the last 10 years, anxiety has increased rapidly among young adult ages. As we know, most people on social media are either young adults or teenagers. Social media has a direct correlation between people and their levels of stress. Social media has an enormous impact on our society as we can see what events, tragedies, and lifestyles that exist all over the world. Although knowledge is power, ignorance is bliss. It is not healthy for our minds to be as involved as they are in other people's lives that we will most likely never meet. It is also anxiety-inducing to be as aware as we are today of every single crime or disaster that we are informed of online. Another effect that social media has is the poor mood regulation. For example, if you are scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, you might see a funny video that makes you laugh. The next video you click on might be a puppy getting killed or a post of a recent school shooting. It only takes one more scroll to be back on another hilarious video or meme, making you laugh again. This pattern is extremely unhealthy for our mood and emotional regulation because we are barely processing the information we just received, already moving on to the next post. Researchers at Iowa State University had 230 students in a 2-week experiment. Half of them were asked to limit their social media time to only 30 minutes a day. According to Rachel Kramer, they scored significantly lower for anxiety, depression, loneliness, and fear of missing out at the end of the experiment compared to the control group. A huge contributor to the fear of missing out is the ability to track what people are doing constantly. Whether it is someone you know or someone you don't, your brain can't help but compare what they are doing to what you're doing. Social media also plays a huge role in poor self-image. As many of us are aware, what we see online isn't fake. However, it can be deceiving. For young girls and women, social media can be a toxic place to be because of the influence of looking at so many beautiful, successful women that could have on our confidence. The use of Photoshop online also plays a significant role in our body image and self-criticism. Poor self-image is just as apparent for guys as it is for girls, as many men are constantly showing off their money or nice cars. This makes you feel behind or not in the place you're supposed to be, which can be very detrimental to your self-image. What we need to remember is social media is not reality, and what we see is not always what it is. The constant use of social media is the root of our inability to focus. I'm sure we all can relate to picking up the phone in the middle of concentrating and disassociating into the habit of scrolling. The issue is, we know it's accessible, providing us with ease or a laugh or entertainment. This has a negative impact on how productive we could be and what we do with our time. By limiting social media, you're forced to be more present in your own reality. Taking the time away from it and focusing on your own life can only bring you to your highest self. The time you spent off your phone will only make you more productive, relieving a negative mindset and poor self-image. If you are not constantly exposed to so many lives and current events, you will not experience the anxiety of taking on the problems that will always exist around us. Typical issues that we experience every day, like stress, poor mood regulation, poor self-image, procrastination, and the inability to focus, can all be saved if we gave the phones a break. As you can see, it is easy to scroll on TikTok. It is easy to scroll on Instagram for hours. However, it is extremely difficult to go through life with a poor perception of yourself, crippling anxiety, and an inability to focus at your highest capacity. We are limiting ourselves by not limiting our time on a screen. Thank you.